My name is Paul.
And this is Vanda, and welcome to Business as Usual.
Yes, so today Vanda she's all hyped up. She has some great subjects to talk about, and I have news for you regarding my personal life. So let's get started.
Woo, let's talk about it. So just for a quickie today, ha ha ha, no pun intended. Um, you know, so I started out with I'm in New York traffic. I just wanted to talk about, you know, affirmations. What are your affirmations for this week? They are so important. And I am getting better and better at, my affirmations on a daily basis, on a regular basis, before I go to sleep and my meditation process, and demanding what I deserve from my life. What does that mean? Like, guys, we should be demonstrative in our demands, in our prayers, in our desires, because we deserve it all. And we can't come with the wimpy, well, I would like, you know what I mean? It's like, this is what I want, this is what I deserve. And where is it? With expectation. And so I only say that because I've been practicing that. And I'm a Clubhouse guru, and there's a guy named Diraj Global. He is amazing with the affirmations, and I listen to him on a daily basis. And the other day, he was talking about money, my favorite subject, right? And I started to change up my affirmation system, and they began to sound more like, money looks for me everywhere that I go. Money can't wait to be in my company. Money has no power until it meets me, and I give it power. There is enough money for me and everyone around me. I deserve money. There is abundance in it. Anyway, you get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And just really leaning into the spirit that money is nothing without you, and that money is actually searching and seeking you out so that it may be put in a position of influence and power. Isn't that a heavy thought? And I've been wrapping my mind around this. As he says, dollars want me. So those dollars are, isn't that cute? Dollars want me. And I want you to know that simple leaning into that perspective. So you guys be the judge of this. I'm just going to tell you what my last week has been like. And just with this whole new perspective of affirmations. I got a call from a senior that I helped during the pandemic with. I would go to the soup kitchens and stand on lines and collect all of the food goods that were given. And I would go into my community and share them, some of the seeds. You guys, so that was what, 2020? That summer, June, July, August, when that was really prevalent, not so much this past summer, right? So over a year ago. And I got this excited call from a gentleman who insisted that I come see him. And I kind of was like, haven't really heard from him since last summer. I'm so happy to know that he's doing well. And I wasn't really thinking about it. I was like wishing him well and said hello and hung up quickly. And he kept calling and calling. And Vanda, you have to come by. And I want you to know that I went by, and this man like stepped all over himself to hand me an envelope with several $100 bills in it. And I didn't want to take it. And we fought back and forth with, no, I can't. Yes, you must. No, I can't. You're a senior, you're on and he insisted. And I had to wrap my head around, what does that look like when we step into those dollars that are looking for me?
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what that looks like? Is it designated how that should come? And I had to really, I didn't want to, insult the man and disrespect at the same time. It was kind of like I felt like my angels were trying to tell me something. And sometimes our messages come through other folks. And so in that regard, I accepted. I went home. I sobbed like a baby, just trying to wrap my head around my own personal gratitude and appreciation and the heart of this man over a year later, who I never heard from, to never forget that he really wanted to acknowledge his gratitude for you. That was heavy for me because sometimes, we make our affirmations and we desire and we pray and we chant and we wish and we dream. And then when it appears, you're not sure what it's going to look like. And it's like, is it for us to say what it should look like? You understand? It was an elder, and I kind of felt bad. And then, so I had to wrap my head around that. But it didn't stop there. I went to visit a family. I did what is called a free consultation. And they insisted on, literally shoving money into my pockets. And there it was, 50 in one pocket, 50 in another, because my coat was hanging at the door and I had refused. And made me like a dinner plate, put it in a to-go container, had it in a bag for me. And I just thought, what is going on with everyone stepping all over themselves to give me money? But it didn't stop there. So today, and this is all within the last 5 days. So today I met with the owner of the car wash where I get my car washed. And we've been talking about savings and insurance and plans. And he's Muslim. And he explained to me a perspective in his religion that I'd never heard before, ever, about not accepting interest on money and the way Americans do money and how it is not culturally or religiously accepted in his practice. So it was a real teaching moment. But I have been stopping into his office every time I get my car washed for the last year. And I showed him some great numbers and we had a consultation and he said, I appreciate you, but now that I see how it works, I cannot. And he explained to me his religion. And then he gave me money. And I was like, what? No. All I saw was the first $100 bill. And here we went back and forth with like, no. This is a free consultation. This is simply what I do. This is my mission in life, to help people, to show people, to teach people financial literacy. And once again, there it was, following back and forth. And this man put a wad of cash in my hand. And it just to stop fighting with a potential client or colleague, I put it in my pocket. We continued our conversation. And when I got outside, my car, I'm like, it's a few $100s. What is going on, you guys? This is not even for services rendered. He didn't even need my services. So that's kind of what I'm where I'm at today. This whole perspective that I have leaned into with understanding the idea that I attract them, that money is, and I walk around saying the money cannot wait to find me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's been happening. And so I got so excited, not because of the money. I'm really not interested in the money, but the dynamic of how the currency is flowing in my direction, based on an adjustment in perspective, is what I want to impress upon everyone today. So please, start with the affirmations. Test it out for yourself. Do what I did. Does it work? I don't know. It's all about belief. It's all about faith. It's all about perspective. And so next on my list is I'm going to start talking about the love thing because, once you get that energy flowing, woo, you are attracting everything in life. And so come on, Paul. I know you've got some news. You listen to my good news. I want to hear. Paul's got some love energy going on, and we want to hear about it.
Yes. So, if you don't know, I am a trumpet player. I'm a musician. Outside of what I do with Cassis Media, I do some lo-fi trumpet guy stuff. In this particular instance, I'm in a Civil War reenactment group, and in this group is a woman, and her name is Sue. And Sue is 44 years old. I'm 29. Now, yeah, I
That's
know,
so great.
I know. So normally I don't
You
go.
know, I love numbers, Paul. I love numbers. Can't wait to talk about these numbers.
Right. So I normally don't go for women who are either taller or older than me. But I realized, well, if we're going to talk about toxic masculinity, that's where that would come from. So I thought it's really the person. At a certain point, it doesn't really matter. You know, I like a 60-year-old dating like a 20-year-old. That's a little, a little weird.
What you trying to say? I'm kidding.
Let her grow up a little bit. Uh, but I'm a grown man, so I'm like, I can date a grown woman. So the first time I saw her earlier this year,
that's right.
Yeah, the first time I saw her, um, I was, I don't know, I was like the estrogen coming off of this woman. It's insane.
I love it.
And she was just there. I was like, there's something about her that I really, really am attracted to. And it's funny because I had all through the pandemic, halfway through 2020, I had a bad breakup and kind of reconfigured myself and my life. And I started asking. I'm kind of in between this Christian belief and my New Age spiritual beliefs, where I'm like law of attraction, that sort of thing, and I realize they go hand in hand. And I'll get to that in a minute. Because I'm gonna bounce off of what you were telling me.
You know, I'm loving this conversation already.
Oh, okay. I know. But see, as a side note, a lot of entrepreneurs realize that their spiritual life is so critical to their business success. But that's just something I've noticed, and we could have a whole other episode on that. But anyway, so I had been asking the universe, God, or whatever you want to call it, or Allah in your friend's case, a woman who treats me right, respects me for who I am and what I'm interested in, understands what I do and what I'm interested in, and is just spam call, and is interested in just me as a person, and obviously attracted and very, very attracted to me, because that's a key component of any relationship.
Yeah, some would say.
Human and animal kingdom, it's like, oh, they're a great potential mate. But anyway, so last month we started dating, and didn't really announce it to a lot of people. I just kind of kept it on the down low because
Good.
She was that much older than me, and I haven't even put it on Facebook yet. I mean, privately I have, but not, publicly. So, and I realized that I love this woman. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. There was just this instant connection between the both of us, and the looks didn't matter. It was she's not ugly, obviously. I don't date ugly women, but it's women who don't take care of themselves. There's a lot, people in general.
Yeah.
But she takes care of herself. She has her life together, and so she's just going through life like I am, and she has a late husband who passed away several years ago. And like her financial life is stable because she has a job and she has a pension, his pension and everything. So
beautiful. That's worthy of thinking about when we're picking a partner. Good for you, Paul.
Right. Well, yeah, see, relationships and marriages traditionally had been for the resource part of it. I didn't know about this pension with her until about a week ago.
Hmm.
So obviously it wasn't about money that I got with her. It was an energy thing,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
So that's how I know it was true. And if people accuse me of that, I'll say, no, no, it wasn't for the money. um, because you would agree with me. I can make my own money. Thank you very much. I don't need somebody else's.
Absolutely. But as a
Yeah.
couple, financial stability, looking forward, looking ahead for your future is a valuable consideration when partnering.
Right. That's true. Um, and it's not even something I asked for, but again, God, the universal source, consciousness, whatever you want to call it, knows what you need. If we're gonna, most people listening to this are probably Christian. So, in the words of Jesus, and this is what I was going to touch on earlier, when
Oh
when
Lord, I hope not. No. I'm sorry.
it's okay, he said, when if you say to this mountain, move, and it will move. He didn't say, I believe that the mountain will move. No, you're telling the mountain to move. So, and it was a symbolic allegory for basically you tell the universe what you want it to do. You tell that money to move. You tell the money to come to me. Money will come to me. And we're co creators with God in the universe because we're made of what? The universe. We came
Yeah.
from the universe. You can't be made of anything else but what, and my personal belief, and I'm putting this out there because I tell everybody, is that I believe, again, God, the creator, whatever, um, created itself to observe itself.
Mm.
And it created
Well, that's
itself,
cool.
you know what I mean? It's a duality thing. So when it comes down to this reality we live in, this three-dimensional dense reality, the same laws apply, right? If you're telling the money to move, money is it's a concept, it's an energy, right? So um, the same thing goes with love and relationships. It's an energy. It's all energy, and
It's all energy, right?
yeah,
And we give it life,
yeah,
right? We give it all life. Love exists within us. Once we share it, then we can be in love. But it starts with our own personal love. You have to have love to share love.
yeah. I think it was Bob Proctor. I don't know if you know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like attracts like. If you've ever seen The Secret, I encourage you guys to go see that and take from it what you will. With Rhonda Burns, I think she wrote that. Co-produced it with several other people. She used the law of attraction to put that whole thing together about itself.
Oh, that's interesting that you say that like attracts like, because sometimes we don't always attract the best circumstances. However, if we're willing to be truthful with ourselves
hmm
uh, and honest and relinquish ego, usually that circumstance that may not look pleasing is actually a reflection of some part of us.
Yeah,
So, absolutely, like attracts like, even though we may not want to see it or admit it.
yeah. And I
Interesting.
think,
That's beautiful.
yeah, and I can tell you that I think in that movie The Secret, you'll see that they tell you the hardest part about making your life better and the way you want it to be is accepting the fact that everything in your life that's happened to you is on you. It's your fault. It's your doing. It's your responsibility.
Your responsibility, yes.
Yeah. If you get into a car
Um,
accident, it's not really an accident. It's an error. You you caused that to happen.
or a message,
Huh?
or a message, or a message. What you're saying is that it's for you. It's specific to you.
Yes. Yes.
It's not easy to learn how to take responsibility in a situation. You feel that someone's mad at me, they did this to me, they did, and it's like, and often people can't see their responsibility in it. But that's a whole nother subject. I'm so excited for you, and I'm so encouraged.
Thank you.
Yay! Okay, so that'll be next on my list. I haven't really been concentrating on a me, but maybe I need to start really focusing on that. Because if I can attract the money, I probably can attract that man. Food for thought.
That's true.
Well, thank you for being, Paul. I want to say thank you. Number one, what a lucky woman that you are so sure and so confident, and that you have actually given your relationship, purpose,
Hmm.
and that you've even shared it with us, and that you've been so open and so vulnerable. So yeah, guys, this is always a safe space. The other thing I wanted to commend you on, I don't remember, but it was another compliment in there, and I just loved it. So, well, that's all for me at this moment. Congratulations!
Thanks. I think I'm a lucky man, I think is the takeaway from this. And
You're a lucky man. Oh, I know what I wanted to say is that you said something about not sharing it for a little while. I invite you to continue that spirit. When we are manifesting, sometimes we need to keep it to ourselves a little bit,
hmm
so that we don't have any other energy that might be conflicting with what we're trying to create
hmm
in the mix. So yeah, that's a good idea. When I'm manifesting, I kind of keep it on the DL until it has bloomed, so to speak.
yeah. I always relate that is an extremely important point for
Yeah.
Christians out there. When Jesus said, "Pray to your Father in secret," keep it a secret.
Keep it a
Mum's the
secret.
word. Don't tell
Yeah.
anybody.
Keep it a secret. Do your
Yep,
own culture while you create that harvest.
that's right.
Well, thank you so
So,
much, Paul. We've had so much good news today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on Business as Usual. I'm your host, Vanda.
and I'm Paul, and thanks for joining us, guys. We'll catch you next week.
See you soon.